is a beautiful Friday morning here, going out for a walk and talk video. Wanted to just do a little something different this morning here for my playlist. Walk around and look in the morning time at some of the Christmas decorations that are out rather than at nighttime, which is kind of backwards because the lights are on at nighttime and they look better. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something that, man, I think is really important for all musicians, young musicians, people who've been playing for a while, for all of us to try to, take a look at the state of the music business and see where we're at and see where, the state that we're in. I don't want to sound like an old guy here, but maybe I'm going to sound like an old guy. I don't know. There's this guy that I follow here on YouTube, and his name is Bad Brad, and I think Brad is just awesome. I love his channel. I love his content. He's really influential to me to do my playlist here on my channel. He was kind of this guy. I found him and I was like, man, the difference between him and I is that he's kind of stopped doing a lot of gigs and I'm still doing a lot of gigs. That's the only difference. So I'm coming at it from a little bit different perspective, I guess. And that's not that's all that is an observation when I say that. That's not that I'm out here doing it and I'm better. He just has retired from playing, as a lot of people have. And, because music has changed a lot. So I want to tell a couple of stories, and I also want to be, hopefully be motivational to some younger players, and even to people who maybe aren't necessarily younger players, but just somebody who's, been out there playing for a while and still wanting to do it. So AI, man, whew, it has changed a lot of stuff. It's changed everything. I mean, it just has. We're on the road. You can imagine we're driving to and from gigs, and there's a ton of time to kill. So there's a lot of great conversations. We listen to music. We do, all kinds of stuff. Sam has this app on his phone, as do a lot of people. I don't know the name of the particular app that he uses because there's so many of them, but it's an AI app and it's a song generator. So you can give this app a prompt to write a song, and it's going to write the song for you. And so we put a prompt in for something, and we said we want a song with this title, and we want it to have, it's a heavy metal song, and this is the title, and this is the content, this is what it's about. And within like 30 seconds, it spit the song out at us. And it was incredible. And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't know if I was mortified, if I was bummed out, if I was happy, if it was funny. I don't know what I felt, because here I am. I've spent my entire life trying to do this. And this app creates this piece of music that's incredible within seconds, Well, guess what? It's here to stay. The future's here, folks. It is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. And people are using it all the time. And people are using it to create music and to create content and to do stuff that is, I don't know, something that I've spent my life trying to do. I don't think it's going to take the place of real bands, but maybe it will. As far as real bands are concerned, here's my take on that. I'm really proud of what we've been able to accomplish with the Sam Morrison Band. I've been in the band for 26 years. I talk about that a lot here. When you come see us on stage, you come see a show, our microphones are live. They're on. We're playing them. We're playing everything. There's nothing that isn't live and real. again, the story I'm going to tell is an observation. It is not a judgment of anybody. A lot of people are going to tracks now. So, and usually the drummer runs the tracks on a laptop, got a little stand beside them. They hit play and they get the click, and you know, if you're not familiar with what that is, they get a metronomic pulse in their ears, and the pulse tells them the tempo of the song. And they start playing along with the tracks. Good morning. And they're playing along with the tracks. And in the tracks, it could be anything. It could be vocals. It could be some keyboard pads, you know, whatever. Sometimes in your in-ear monitors, along with those tracks, you'll get a prompt that says, chorus 2, 3, 4, and it counts you into the chorus, or outro 2, 3, 4, and you're at the end of the song. And it's kind of a no-brainer, right? It just tells you kind of what to play. And a lot of bands are going that way. I've played with them at church gigs. I played with them years ago, a less sophisticated version with a band I talked about called Neil Norman's Cosmic Orchestra. It's put together through Paramount Pictures. So, you know, it's something that you have to be able to do to work, honestly. But do I believe in it? Well, back to what I was saying about the Sam Morrison band. I've been together for 26 years. There's 6 guys in that band. Everybody, all the guys are incredible players. And as a side note to any musician out there, always try to be the worst player in the band. What? Did he just say the worst player in the band? Yeah. Be the guy in the band that isn't as good as the other players. Oh, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. What I mean by that is, if you're playing with great players, they're going to level you up. Meaning, if you're the worst player in the band, you're going to want to keep up with the guys and girls you're working with. And I'm proud to say that the guys in my band, these guys can play. And we carry a lot of gear. David Byamps, our guitar player, he has 2 guitar amps. His tone's amazing. Not big Marshalls. I'm talking like, you know, 2, a Bogner and a Fender. Incredible tone. Keyboard player Walt carries a real Hammond B3 and a Leslie. Incredible sound. You know, a lot of gear to pull off the show. 6 guys. And we get up there and play. We were playing a couple years ago. It wasn't New Year's Eve. It was the 30th, the day before New Year's. And we were playing with a headliner out of Nashville. I'm not going to say the headliner's name. And this particular headliner had been on a couple of TV shows, and they were just starting their career, getting to, you know, make it pretty big. And they had young players out of Nashville. These guys were great players, and they were doing sound check. Headliner wasn't there for the sound check. And in doing so, I'll walk over here and switch hands. In doing so, they were doing their sound check. They had there was 3 pieces. There's a guitar player, bass player, and a drummer. And they started doing the sound check without the singer there. And they're doing their sound check. There's all this sound coming off the stage, man. There's keyboards and backing vocals and synth pads and coming out of 3 guys, you know. So they're playing the tracks. No big deal. A lot of people do it. Now, the way the lineup went that night, there was 2 opening acts. There was a kind of a singing dance routine group with a whole bunch of dancers on stage. And then there was a other band right before us. It was a 4-piece band. They too were playing with tracks. Good band though, really good band. Playing with tracks, had computer up there on stage, drummers running it, and then us, and then the headliner. And all through the day, the headliner, as you'll find if you're a young musician and you start working in that situation, you're going to find that sometimes the headliners You know, they're the headliners, so they have that attitude of a headliner, and they take most of the time and most of the stage and all that sort of good stuff, and you just kind of deal with it. It is what it is. So anyway, they took all the time for sound check. And then we went up and did a quick sound check, and it was a backline gig. I didn't have to bring drums or anything, which I was thankful for that. And then we struck our stuff, and then the next band, and then the opening act. Well, the guy that was kind of the stage manager, I guess, if you will, the main stage hand, you could tell he was getting a little bit exasperated with the other bands, because, especially the headliner, because, you know, again, they're the headliner, they got their rock star stuff going on, and so they weren't treating him very well. And one of the things that Sam says, again, as another side note, he tells every stage manager, every person that we work with, look, we want to be the easiest band you've ever worked with, you know, and we try really hard to do that, you know, and get up there, set up fast, get out of the way, do our job. And so anyway, we're you know, getting ready to play now as the day goes on, and the first band plays, and they were up there for a long time singing and dancing, and, you know, all kinds of music coming off the stage, and no musicians, so they were totally doing it to tracks. And sometimes you even wonder, well, is the guy really even singing? You know, is he singing, or is that even a recording? You don't know sometimes. Then the next band went up, and they were good. And the first band was good too. The first band was great, very entertaining. It's just whether or not they're playing with tracks. So second band goes up, they're good, and then we go up to play. And at this time, like I said, the stage manager guy, he had kind of had his fill of the other groups. And he just looks at us, he goes, thank God my band's here. And, which was kind of nice to hear. We got up and we did our little dog and pony show and did our thing, and away we went. And then after the show, I was out of there. We were down in Palm Springs, about a 2-hour drive for me. Wanted to get home. We weren't staying down there for the night. And so my point to that whole story was, I guess, twofold, you know. Try, you know, first of all, treat the people you're working with, especially the crew, with respect. Give them respect, because they deserve it. They really do deserve it. They're there working for you. They're working for the production company, but they're working for you to make your show go well. So treat them well. Do your job well. They do their job well. Everything goes good. Even if they don't do their job well, be cool to them. Lord knows I've been guilty of not being cool to them, you know. So I guess the moral to the whole story, and to kind of, you know, this is kind of one of the things that this video is very influenced by what Brad talked about in a video that I saw the other day. Kind of the same thing. It's just my take, and I'm really agreeing with him on the state of the music business. So what I want to say is, if you are a young musician or a musician that's been playing for a while and you want to be in a band and do the band thing, do it. Learn your craft. If you're going to play with tracks, cool. You know, that's a choice everybody has to make. It's easier. Everybody gets paid a little bit more. You've got to be able to do it. If something goes wrong and you get off the tracks, you're kind of hosed. So you got to have a good band and a good drummer, and you got to know how to use them. Myself personally, I'd rather, you know, have 6, and here's where I sound old again, I'd rather have 6 musicians that really know their craft and get up there and count to 4 and have a bomb go off. You know, that's kind of what I'm about. Making the band lock and rock. I'm gonna go this way, I think. That's my whole thing, you know, is just get in there and drive the heck out of the band, especially as a drummer. You know, do your job, entertain the crowd, and make it real, you know. I think that that's, old school. I live in a time, and I'm living an era, and have lived in an era where I've got to see legends, man. First concert I ever saw was Elvis Presley. I was 5 years old, but I got to see him, and I remember the gravity of the event. I really do. I got to see Eddie Van Halen. I got to see Eddie Van Halen with David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. I never saw him with Carrie Sharon. Didn't see that tour. But, and when I say Eddie, I mean, I saw his brother Alex. I saw Van Halen, and come on, I've seen Journey. I've seen Styx. I've seen the legendary bands that shaped music, and I'm really happy about that. And because of that, it kind of drove me and pushed me to be a good musician. It drove me and pushed me to be a player, right? To do my best to be the best player that I can be. And I'm not, sitting here, I'm the greatest drummer in the world by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said a minute ago, I play in a band with some amazing musicians that, that kind of level me up. They push me up. So that's kind of my thing, if you're a music teacher, man, I got to tell you, I think it's our responsibility to teach this stuff to the next generation of players, because if we don't, the art form's gonna die. Playing along with tracks and stuff like that, I think there's a big cavernous difference between the art form evolving, getting better, doing more. I think there's a big difference between that and the art form of being a live player, a live session player, playing for real in the recording studio. That art form's gonna die if we don't teach it. So if you're a music teacher, my hat's off to you. Keep doing it. Keep pushing that next generation forward. Keep pushing that next generation to be the best that they can be. And, be proud of the musicians that you teach. Support them. Go see their concerts, or school concerts, or church concerts, whatever. Do it. So that's my take. I'm just about back to the house. I wanted to do this walk and talk video. And again, Brad, Bad Brad, if you ever see this video, I want to tell you I really enjoy your content a lot. I hired you, if you're watching this, to record a couple of guitar solos for me on an album. It came out great. I'll get you the copies of those songs soon. Thank you for doing that for me. Check out Bad Brad's channel. Amazing guitar player. And again, man, he was out there doing it for a long time. And what he's doing now is great. It's influential. And really, I'm just kind of echoing something that he said in a video yesterday. And I'm really grateful for him. So just know that if you see this, Brad. Everybody have a wonderful day. A little chilly here in the Inland Empire. It's a beautiful day. To crisp air. It's December 12th, 13th. Getting close to Christmas. I love it. You guys have a great Christmas season. Have a great day. See you in the next video.